If you're young and have no credit score, or you've made some mistakes and you're trying to establish credit and start over, it can seem like a daunting road to go from where you are now to an excellent credit score. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips to help that road seem a lot shorter and a lot more attainable. So, let's go!
What a wonderful world.
It's been a while since I've had to establish credit, but recently, having married my wife who is from Brazil, she came to the country with no credit score and had to start from zero. So I've had a little bit of practice recently helping her get from no credit score to over 700 within a year. So it's not a quick overnight fix, but what I'm going to show you, if you implement it and do what's supposed to be done, and within a year, you should have a credit score of close to 700 or above. All right, so let's take a look at Wells Fargo's website. They have 5 tips that can help you out establishing credit. Number 1 is establishing banking relationships, opening a checking or savings account. This is kind of a no-brainer. If you want to establish credit, you have to have some sort of relationship. So the easiest way is to go and open a checking or a savings account with your local bank. A lot of times you can find a small credit union or one of the smaller bank in your town. They'll have some options as well for people that are just starting out, especially students as well. Be consistent. Make sure that you have a stable income, your work history, and your place of residence is stable. If you think about it, if I was lending you money, I would want to know where you live in case I want to collect that money. So if you're bouncing around and changing your address every few months, it's a little bit of a red flag. Apply for a department store card or a gas card. These are a little bit easier to get approved for. Some apparel stores like Kohl's have a little bit easier credit card as far as the department store card goes. But you'll have to do some research. There's a lot of great Facebook groups you can join as well where people share where they've gotten cards open, so that might be an avenue to look as well. Apply for a secured credit card. So this is one that almost everyone has to do. If you don't have someone to help you out and you're on this by yourself, on this little journey by yourself, most people have to start out with a secured card. And that's just once you have a relationship established with the bank, you go in and you say, hey, I want a credit card. And if you don't have any credit history, usually they'll give you a secured card. All that means is that you have to give them a $200-300, and then that's how much your limit is. So if you don't pay your bill, they just take your money that you've already given them. So secured card means that the bank will get their money no matter what. And most people have to do that 6-8 months. And then if you pay your bills on time, you can always go to the bank and try to get a regular card and get off of the secured card. So that's an option as well. Consider a cosigner. So if anyone's doing a car loan or any sort of personal loan that you trust, you can always have them add you as a cosigner. What that means is every time their credit updates every month that they pay their bills on time, that will also show up on your credit as a bill paid on time. So if you have someone you can trust, get added as a cosigner on one of their loans. All right, so if we take a look at NerdWallet, they also have an article on how to build credit, and they go over some of the same things Wells Fargo did. 5 ways to build credit. Number 1, get a secured credit card. Number 2, get a credit builder loan or a secured loan. I'll go over what a credit builder loan is in a second, but a secured loan, kind of the same thing what Wells Fargo was recommending as well. Use a cosigner, same as what Wells Fargo recommended. Become an authorized user. So this is a great one if you have friends or family that have credit cards that pay on time, that don't max out their credit cards. Try to get added as an authorized user. That means all you have to do is have them add you as an authorized user and make sure they put your social security number when they call in and add you. And then every month it'll start their bills will start reporting to your credit as well. So you don't even have to get a credit card. If you can tell them, hey, if they send you a card, just throw it away, or you can chop up the card. But just being an authorized user will help you basically piggyback on someone else's credit. Get credit for your bills you pay. So there's another way. Experian has Experian Boost, and what Experian Boost is you report your cell phone and utility bills, and then that will actually help you establish credit. But Experian Boost is only for Experian, which is only one of the 3 credit bureaus. There's also rent reporting services such as Rental Karma and Rent Track. So those are two companies. I'm not too familiar with those companies, but look into those two companies if you're looking to use your utilities and your rent payments to help you get a little bit of a boost, a kickstart in your credit. So I said we'd take a look at a credit builder loan, what a credit builder loan is. This is Experian that I'm using here, and they go over how do credit builder loans work. Generally, they come in small increments of $300 to $1,000, and you'll make payments towards these loans over 6 to 24 months, and you won't have access to the money until that time frame is over. But the lender reports your timely payments to the 3 major credit bureaus, which is great. And once your loan term is up, you'll have savings you didn't before, making the credit builder loan useful. So basically, you're kind of paying yourself. You will pay some interest, which, depending on the loan, they may reimburse you in the form of a dividend, they say. Yeah, you'll pay interest on the loan, but the lender may return a portion of that interest, sometimes referred to as dividends by the lender. So I'm going to leave this article in the description below. So if you want to check it out and read more into credit builder loans, you can have at it. How to build credit responsibly. I think this is a really key part. Number 1, don't pay interest. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need to carry a balance to build credit. A lot of people think you need to have a balance on your card every single month, and they think that's going to somehow build your credit magically. Just having the card open, even if you put no money on it every month, shows that there's a trade line available to you that you have, and if you're not using it, even better. So don't try to put money on the card thinking that's going to help your credit score. That's not how it works. Whatever you do put on your credit card, make sure you pay it off right away so you're not paying any interest. So that first statement that comes to you, as long as you pay it off, that first statement, you won't be hit with any interest. So make sure you only buy what you can afford. Don't miss a payment. Late payments can stay for years on your credit report, so make sure your payment history is 100% on time every time. Don't spend too much. So if you have a $1,000 credit limit, spend less than $300. So generally you want to be 30% of spend 30% of what's available to you. So if you get a $1,000 limit, don't spend more than $300 on that card, or you're going to see your credit score dip that next month. So be very, very diligent, be responsible. If anything, get the card open and just let it sit. Put it in a shoebox, put it in the closet. Don't be tempted to go out there and buy things with it, because you got to be diligent if you want to build your credit history. And remember, you're not alone in this. According to Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, an estimated 45 million Americans may not have credit scores. So if you're just trying to establish your credit, don't worry, you're not alone. There's 45 million Americans in the same boat. Having said that, if you know someone else trying to establish credit, make sure you share this video with them and smash that like button. So in summary, establishing credit is a much shorter road if you have friends or family that are willing to help you out and have you as an authorized user on their accounts. If you don't have friends or family and you don't have that luxury, then I would look at starting with a secured credit card, and after 6 to 8 months, contacting the bank and trying to get them to take it from a secured card to a normal credit card. Once you have a regular credit card and you have a score established, check out my video, which I'll post up here. That video goes over how to increase your score quickly. It goes into the details of the score as well. And if you don't still understand what makes up the credit score, I'm going to post another video right here which explains what makes up the credit scores. So if you have any further questions, please leave them in the comments below. As always, if you found any sort of value in this video at all, please take the 2 seconds to hit the like and hit subscribe if you haven't already. I take a lot of time putting these together to help you guys out. I do appreciate the like and subscribe, and it helps the YouTube algorithm to get this video ranked, so it'll help more people. Best of luck establishing your credit. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. Let's get this started.
What a wonderful